First of all, we're going to create the Choose Ohio First Scholarship Program, which is a $100 million scholarship program for college students with an emphasis on STEM that will create opportunities for tens of thousands of students to get a college education in the state of Ohio. It's student-centered funding, which is a priority for us in the House. The second thing that we're going to do is surrounding the compact issue that we've heard a lot about, and you've all talked to me a lot about. And the governor wanted a tuition cap to address affordability. We do too. Many of you said it didn't work for your institutions as constituted. And we're going to propose a modification to help make ends meet and keep costs down. That's our focus on the future. The governor offered a 0% tuition increase in the first year and a 5% increase in the second, and a 0% increase in tuition in return for 5% increase in funding from the state in the first year, and a 3% tuition increase in the second year in return for a 2% in additional state funding. We intend to move the 3 and 2 to the first year, consistent with what was in the governor's budget. And we want to freeze tuitions in the second year and offer a sizable share increase of 10% for higher ed in the second year. We feel this will preserve affordability without sacrificing quality and provides the foundation for lower tuitions well into the future with this commitment from the state. This is a pretty big step for the House and for the legislature. And I want to tell you that creating a $100 million scholarship program with an emphasis on STEM was something that there's a lot of passion for. We understand the importance that both of them create in terms of affordability, and we also understand that with the STEM component, helping people earn a college degree in the areas that are most in demand in the economy will help improve their earning potential out in the workforce. It will also make Ohio more attractive to employers because we'll have a workforce with the skills that they need. And I hope you will see this as a tangible commitment to quality and affordability for higher education in Ohio. This is a big thing for the House of Representatives to do.
Higher education is the component of driving economic development in the state of Ohio. The potential is there. We've been involved in the third frontier. We're doing all types of research and development. But there's a component of that we finally, year before last, passed legislation in the jobs bill that provided commercialization dollars for the third frontier. And what does that do? That takes all this research and all this development from higher education and the private sector and focuses on producing jobs in Ohio. Jobs that Ohioans will stay here because there'll be great jobs and great opportunities. And we've got great examples of these taking place now. We've got Fuel Cell Corporation moving from California to Ohio because Ohio said fuel cell development and fuel cell research is an important component of the 21st century. We've got a company called Avionics that moves out of Michigan and moves to Akron and ultimately will be the hydrogen producer of automotive products, I would submit, in the world. But that organization is in Ohio to do that. But the commercialization there, when we talk about workforce, it's your responsibility, I would argue, as trustees, to make sure that, one, our universities are providing the instruction, and it includes STEM, the whole component of STEM, providing that education that enables Ohio students to get those good jobs in Ohio and also attracts people from outside Ohio. With that in mind, then hopefully I'm expressing to you, as we attempted to express to you 2 years ago, as we talked about turning the economy around in this great state and what that entailed. And we see with revising it, phasing out tangible personal property tax. We see with phasing out commercial activity, commercial taxes. And we see with implementing the 21% income tax reduction, all those positive things. But there's a component if we don't maximize on it. You, with your schools, us in the General Assembly, and the governor in his position, focusing on making higher education the component that drives the train.
There are two areas though that we agree with the governor: affordability and efficiencies. But if you're really going to move higher education forward, there needs to be some significant investments so that they don't have to sacrifice on quality. And the $100 million is really about trying to make sure that we are improving affordability through the student. The student will see that Ohio is committed to them, that we want them to commit to Ohio, and it also, with the emphasis, with the component of it, not the total package, but a component of it, with the emphasis on STEM, is that we're going to encourage more students to gain degrees in areas that are being demanded in the economy. And if you look at those areas, the STEM degrees on average pay $20,000 more a year to a college graduate than a non-STEM degree. And so it improves their ability to go out and get a quality job, and it makes Ohio, if you talk to employers, these are the kinds of skills that they need. And we are behind in every statistic in the state of Ohio. In the number of bachelor's degrees among every age group. And let's look out for 20 years. We talked about the future, the focus on the future of the state of Ohio. Over the next 20 years, census estimates show that the overall population in the state of Ohio will remain relatively flat. Okay? The age group in that 20-year period, we're going to lose 700,000 people between the ages of 18 and 64, and we're going to gain 700,000 people between the ages of 65 and older. We are going to have to really get focused at helping people get college degrees in the state of Ohio if we're going to compete with the workforce demands of the future. And today, we hope, will be the first day in a renewed commitment from the state of Ohio to that cause. I wanted this group to hear, the trustees to know that their voices are being heard. They've been coming to me and telling me that this is not going to allow us to achieve our economic goals over the next 2 years, that if we're going to try to generate 230,000 more graduates in the next 10 years, we can't fail to start the first 2 years right out of the box in helping to achieve that goal. We actually dropped between 2004 and 2005 in the number of students we had enrolled in college. We cannot continue that trend and be economically successful.